I got timed out. I got timed out in the Discord that I was in because I was listening to the Bible. And I'm saying that's the reason because I'm not making up other excuses because I've said like wild stuff in the Discord before and I haven't gotten timed out or muted before. And I know why I'm not liked. I know why I'm not liked. I'm not liked because I got too much of a strong will. I have a strong will. I have strong willpower. And people don't like that. People don't want me to be confident. People don't want me to be outspoken. People don't want me to have any sense of self whatsoever. And I have an investigator's mind, so I'm going to investigate why. So this stream is going to investigate the behavior of this server that I got timed out in, and I'm going to see uh, why I am shunned upon. Okay, random. Yeah, I fit to say it. So I mean, I effed up. Did okay. Fat women are worse than. Okay, so I disagree with this. I think this is stupid to say. I think it's something not even worth making a joke about. I think this is a shitty thing to say. I think it's a bad joke to make. I think it's a bad thing to say. I think it's a bad thing to say. I think it's a bad thing to say because it's just how I feel internally. You know, I have feelings and I feel and I move off of logic and emotion. And emotions are a logical thing because if we didn't have emotions, we wouldn't be human. And if you don't have emotions, you're not human. And if you are the type of person who says to people you don't feel anything or you don't have emotions, uh, you don't have a soul. And from this day forward, I'm going to treat you like you don't matter. If I think you don't have a soul, I treat you like you don't matter. I treat you like a tool. I treat you like something just to be used. And I'm using these guys as an example. People sit on the internet and they say and they do shit that they just don't fucking partake in. You'll never, ever you'll never ever hear me say something uh, and then do the complete opposite of my saying and stuff like that. That's just not how I operate. I don't operate that way. I don't operate that way because it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel right to me to be an asshole to people, unwarranted at least. I will be mean. I will be rude. I will disrespect anybody who has ever disrespected me one time in my life. And I need to be honest about how I believe. And honestly, how I believe one time is all it takes for me to never like you. I don't believe in second chances for anybody, even myself. You know, if I've done something that has offended you or made you mad or made you not like me, I full heartedly believe that you should remove me from your life completely. If you feel justified so strongly that I'm in the wrong and that I've done something wrong to you, you have 100% authority and righteousness to remove me from the equation. But if I have always engaged with you honestly if I've engaged with you as a normal person, if I open the door to be kind to you, you are and you just by being in, just by existing in that moment, have signed a contract with me to be kind and reciprocate the respect that I give you. And as soon as you don't, you owe me. You're indebted to me, and it's forever. Cause I don't fucking I don't I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do second chances. Second chances are wasted on people. Second chances are wasted on people, and I'm saying that because I am a real Christian. I'm a true Christian, and I'm looking at the example of Christ, and the teachings of Christ teach me that second chances are wasted on people. Jesus teaches me that second chances, the story of Jesus, the life that Jesus lived in the Bible tells me that second chances are wasted on people because people aren't worth forgiving. People aren't worth forgiving. People aren't worth being kind to. People aren't worth being kind to, and they're not worth extending that olive branch to, because they're just going to eat all the olives and throw the stick in your fucking face. And that goes for everybody, man, woman, child. I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody, and I think now that I need to just do what I am best at, and that is observing. I can observe human behavior, and I can come to the root cause of everything. That's why people don't want to talk to me. People don't want to talk to me because I'll figure them out, and no one wants to be figured out. No one wants to be figured out. No one wants to. No one wants to be figured out. No one wants to be known. No one wants to be figured out. No one wants to be known because people like hiding stuff, and I say that because I used to like hiding stuff. I don't hide shit now. I don't hide shit, and I'm honest about what I fucking do and stuff like that. Missing all my cues. Yeah, it's just warning shots, right?
gosh, I got stunned, got hooked, and then I got stunned by his fucking Q.
But yeah, I'm just gonna next time when I ever, if I ever go back in there, I'm going to just be muted. Just be muted. Thank you for feeding. Thank you for feeding. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. And I'm just gonna probably go back there to be real with you. I'm gonna go back there. But I'm gonna go back there, I'm just not gonna listen to anybody. Cause the stuff they talk about is stupid. Stupid stuff. Most people don't talk about anything interesting and it's really weird. Most people don't talk about anything useful or anything like that. Like I was in there yesterday. I was in there yesterday, right? Or day before yesterday. I was in there day before yesterday. And it was an all black space. It was all black people. Uh majority black. It was majority black. Majority black and stuff like that. It was majority black and I said that I didn't like Bernie Sanders because he's old. Well, the reason I brought up he was old is because I said he's a bad person. And I'm like, how is he a bad person? Because he's 84 fucking years old and he's 84 fucking years old and he still hasn't found anybody in his state to replace him. And he still hasn't found anybody to replace him yet. And that's a sign of being bad, in my opinion, of being a bad person. My reasoning for it being bad is shows that you as a leader are not doing what is necessary to educate the people around you in hopes that they will replace you. It shows an unwillingness to let go of your position and shit like that. Being unable to let go of positions of power is a sign of it's a sign that you want to hold on to power because you're greedy. You like the perks of it and shit like that. And there are perks to being a senator. There's perks to being in any part of government. No person in government pays bills. I'm convinced of that. No person in politics has ever paid a light bill, paid a fucking phone bill, paid a fucking heating bill. I doubt they even have to pay for their housing and shit like that. When's the last time you ever had a? Cause, and that's what makes them detached from fucking. And that's what makes me not like them. They don't have real lived experience of ever having done anything and stuff like that.
I'm gonna lose this game because my support's stupid. My support's stupid and I couldn't farm. There's no point. Now that I can't farm, there's no point. This game's over. Oh, it's insane.
But yeah, anyway, I was saying how much I didn't like Bernie Sanders. I think he's bad because he's hoarding power. And all of these black people were like, what are you talking about? Bernie Sanders is a good dude. Back in a long time ago, he fought for civil rights. Okay? How many fucking, you know what a fight for real civil rights would be? Getting a person who isn't white in charge of your fucking state. That's real progress. That's real progress. He's 84 fucking years old and he still hasn't fucking left the seat and stuff like that. Yeah, he championed behind AOC and stuff like that. He championed behind AOC and Emar Omar and stuff like that. But guess what? They're fucking pretty attractive women. I mean, they're attractive women in the Democratic Party. Yeah, they're young, but they're not in his state. I don't care if he's gotten people outside of his state to do shit.
That Lux made that game impossible, bro. That Lux made that game really impossible, bro. Oh my gosh. Like walking up all the way that far against a fucking Scion, begging to get hooked and hit. But yeah, I went in. I went in there. It's called Black Haven too. Oh my gosh, Black Haven. But they kept glazing for a freaking old white guy who's never done anything for the black community. He's never done anything for the black community. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Nothing that I felt. Like, what has he really done that has really fucking affected the black community? And I say that because I never heard of the guy until like later in like 2016, 2015, 2016. Never heard of Bernie Sanders ever in my entire life. Then when he starts running for president to get Hillary elect in the seat or whatever, he all over my TV about how great he is, how progressive he is. Dude, he's an old dude. You're not going to convince me any old person is progressive whatsoever. No old. There's no such thing as somebody over the age of 60 who is progressive. None of them are progressive. They're all traditional as fuck. Especially if they're in politics. If they're old and you're in politics, I fucking hate you, by the way. I fucking hate you, and I mean that in the most sincere, hateful way possible. I don't think you're a good person. I think you're a bad person. I think just based off of you being old, I think you're a bad person and likely more likely to not be trusted. Because I think you have to be a real for a lot of people, you have to be really, 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 really manipulative, really, really, really evil, really, really, really controlling in order to make it to being old and withered like he is. Let's look up some of his highlights. Bernie Sanders, political achievement, the accomplishment. Fine. Let's take a look at some of like the things he has done and stuff like that. Besides finding somebody who could replace him. Like, look how old he is, dude. Look how old he is, man. And people talking about, oh, he's still, dude. You don't see what this dude does every day. We don't see what he does in his day to day. So I don't want to hear any talk about what his mental faculties are still there and stuff like that. Okay. President affiliations. I just want to know his like political. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just go. Let's go to being mayor. All right. So he went from being. Let's just start from the beginning. All right. So he became mayor in the '80s, right? He announced his candidacy for mayor. He formally announced his campaign on the 16th on City Hall. He also Sanders selected Linda Needowitz as his campaign manager. Why isn't her name highlighted? Why can't I know who she is? I want to know who she is. I care now. This is how I am. I want to know who these people are and stuff like that. Search the web for this person. Her hair is still youthful, so she must have been real young when calling her a socialist and stuff like that. Oh my gosh. Why can't I know who she is? Is this the same woman? Damn, what's that fucking command to like search something on the fucking page so that I can just find out? Education, community. Oh my gosh. This is. I don't think this is her. I don't think this is her. This is someone else. This is someone else. This is someone else. So I don't know who's fun. I don't know who is his manager and stuff like that. Dude, he was in high school in the 50s, man. So he was around during segregation and shit like that. He was around during segregation and shit like that. Telling me he's progressive. Any Democrat who's old and in power right now, who's around as from middle school and up, if you were around during times of segregation and stuff like that, and you're white, based off of what I've been taught in history class and stuff like that, I doubt you are progressive and stuff like that because you probably didn't say shit a lot of the times growing up whenever black people were being persecuted. I doubt he cared about fucking black people at all when he was younger and stuff like that. Not until they got more like social credit and stuff like that and were seen as like normal people and stuff. Let me just go to his political positions. A self-described democratic socialist. What the fuck does that even mean? What the fuck does that even mean? What the fuck does that even mean, bro? Let's find out. We owe you an explanation. Reserve explanations, so please don't skip the 1 minute read. It's a nice message. This year, Wikipedia has seen fewer and fewer news. Yeah, I'm not supporting that. Just stay a free site. You're fine. Any money? All right. Okay. From my understanding, from my surface level understanding of socialism, it's when the workers. A generalization means that the workers have more say in the economy, in the direction of the economy. Workers have more say in the direction of the economy. Like they make they have more say in the laws being passed around labor and stuff like that, and how they're represented in the country. Real socialists, a real democratic socialist would be somebody who represents people in the government while having a blue collar job at the same time. That's what I think a real democratic socialist would be. A democratic socialist politician is an oxymoron. You cannot be a politician and a socialist at the same time unless you are working a blue collar job while you work your political job as well. You clock out of the factory and then you go to the town hall and then you meet with other workers who are just clocking out with you and you guys decide on the direction of the economy. That's how democratic socialism really is supposed to work.
Democratic socialism isn't the workers voting for one person, then that one person quits that job, and then they sit cozily and get all their bills paid. I want to do more. I want to do more understanding on politicians. Does does your average federal politician pay things like utility bills? Politicians pay utility. Do politicians do federal? Do federal politicians pay? Oh my gosh! I'm just gonna go to Google. Yes, federal politicians pay their own personal utility bills for their private homes and secondary residences using personal funds from their 174 thousand annual salary. However, opinions are mixed on regarding the official executive residencies like the White House. Well, I mean, dude, I don't even think the what purpose does the White House serve? Because the Senate doesn't meet there. Why does it? Why do we just give the president the largest house in the fucking country when a lot of them come from wealth already and probably own multiple homes and stuff like that? How many homes does Obama own? Yeah, how many houses does he own? Okay, so he has a Washington D.C. mansion. He has a house at Martha's Vineyard, and he has a Chicago home. Bro, he has a mansion in Washington D.C. Then he has a place in Martha's Vineyard. And he's got a 6 bedroom house in Chicago. And you tell me that he's paying utility bills on all three of those just from being a politician. He can afford that. Why do we pay politicians so much? They just go in and argue with each other about shit that we all, including them, should live by. It makes no sense. That's the most illogical shit ever. That's the most backward shit ever. Oh man, here, let's pay you thousands of dollars just to represent us. Oh, and you can take money from companies too, by the way. What? Yeah. Every politician partakes of lobbying. Lobbying is receiving money from an outside organization to uh, influence how laws are formed in favor of said organization. Now, if I have a charity called Sweaters for Puppies, and I want to influence the laws around shipments coming in for the fabric I need to make those sweaters for those puppies, What's stopping me from just finding a politician who's running for a seat, donate to them, and then casually saying, well, then I don't know. I feel like, yeah, a lot of times you're obligated. Yeah, once I donate money to you, whenever I donate money to anything, if I give you money for anything, I'm obligated to a lot of shit from you. I'm obligated to your vote, and I'm obligated to your behavior. If I give money to you, 174,000 dollars a year is a lot. What's the average? What's citizens? Okay, so the average is going to be like 73,000. You know, the middle of that is going to be 62,000. Social Security administration average. Administration, so the people who run Social Security or the people who have Social Security. Hmm. But anyway, it's over doubled what the average American gets. So you tell me that somebody who spends their life busting their hump, uh, working in like a tire molding factory and stuff like that, makes less than someone who just sits in a fucking room and argues with people all day? Does no one think that's stupid? If you don't think that's stupid, please, 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 pick up a book. Pick up a book or something. You have never read anything in your entire life if you believe that politicians deserve to make any money. I don't think any politician deserves to make any money whatsoever. And and this comes from somebody who wants to be a politician. I want to be a politician, but I don't want to ever make money from it though. And that's why I'll never be a politician, because I'll never make it into yeah. And the Book of Mormon was good. Yeah, this is good. But I just don't think that people I don't think people have the capability. I don't think, and when I say people, I mean I'm generalizing. I mean everybody but me is dumb. I think everybody but me is dumb sometimes. I rarely meet people who are smarter than me in person, at least. In person, I rarely meet people who are ever smarter than me, if ever. I think I've ever met anybody who's smarter than me in person. You can have access to knowledge, but that doesn't make you smart. You could have read and know how to do something that I haven't done before, but that doesn't make you smart. Because as soon as I ask you some hard hitting questions about your morality or your psychology, and you fumble or you show any signs of wavering and getting angry and shit like that, or trying to make me angry, that lets me know that you are not smart. I Politicians are afraid of me. People who are in politics, really in politics, like this proves it, are afraid of me. They're afraid of me, and they cannot not handle me. They cannot handle me because I cannot be tricked. I can't be tricked. I can't be tricked. I can't be. It's hard. I can't be. It's hard to trick me on a sense when it comes to morality. When it comes to morals, I will not be tricked. I can't be tricked. I have something in me that just makes me impervious to being tricked when it comes to morals. That's why I won't buy viewers on Twitch and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure a good bit of my followers are like bots and stuff like that. But I don't care. I don't care. I don't care because it's still organic. I still have like what 20 followers. I have 20 followers because I did not buy them and stuff like that. I'm not gonna pay somebody to manufacture people just to fucking make me feel heard. And I'm not gonna accept money from people just to be heard and stuff like that. I've had people trying to scam me so many times since I've started streaming on Twitch. People expecting me to pay $800 just for a fucking AI generated weight screen and stuff like that. I hear dudes talking online, talking about how they fucking generate bots and stuff like that to boost viewership for people and stuff like that. And if you have TikTok, and you post on TikTok, trying, there's people trying to get you to buy views on that so they can push you into the algorithm and stuff like that. My words are only for the few. My words are only for the few, for the people who are truly seeking knowledge. If you are truly seeking knowledge and wisdom, you will be close to me. But as soon as you uh, become uh, mad, like there was this guy I went to church with named Byron who always just say this little slick shit that he's trying to get like me and stuff like that. And it makes me mad it makes me mad whenever he says that because why are you trying to get like me? Don't get like me. Be yourself. I used to get mad when he said that, but now I'm thinking about it now that I just said it like out loud now, be yourself. I don't know if people are even satisfied with being themselves and shit like that. So maybe that's it. I am so uh uh untouchable and unmoved and shit by shit that just doesn't that just isn't for me and stuff like that, and it pisses people off because they want to be unmoved by shit like that, to always be brave like I am. And I am brave. I'm probably the most brave fucking person ever because I won't sneak into someone's room and beat them up. I'll call you out in a place where we can both stand on our own 2 feet and face each other. I'm not a coward. I'm not a coward, and I don't run and I don't hide from shit. I fucking face it, you know? Will I ignore petty shit and let it fucking fester and shit like that? Yeah, I will. But ignoring shit is not the same as being afraid of it. And I can honestly say there is not one thing on this planet that I am genuinely afraid of. If I'm ever in a situation where I'm like out in a swamp some fucking where and I'm surrounded by alligators, I'm not gonna fucking cry and piss my pants and stuff like that. I'm gonna either try to get away, and if I can't get away, I'm just accepting my fate. I just accept shit. I accept shit for how it is, and I evolve and move on. I just happen to never be in certain situations and stuff like that. I've never been in a situation where I had a gun pulled on me and stuff like that. But if I ever am in a situation where a gun's pulled out on me, then what am I gonna do? From my understanding, I can't be faster than a bullet, but I don't know until I try, right? I don't know. And I've roamed the streets of my local area alone at night. I've talked and wandered around people alone by myself at night with no group of people around me. And I'm not saying, well, I am saying that. I'm saying that to sound tough because I am tough. I'm tough as fuck. I'm tough. I am secure in myself, and I cannot, will not change. It is absurd to me that I have to be in the same realm as all these idiots because we live in an idiocracy. We live in an idiocracy, and the people that other people make up just to exist, because I don't take credit for it. I never made Trump. I never made Bernie Sanders. I never made Hillary Clinton. I never made George Bush. I never made those people. Those people were introduced to me by other people. I never, ever, 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 ever sit in my room. I never, ever, ever go out. I never, ever, ever, never in my room or when I'm out, think about making somebody. I don't do that. I have no need to do that. I don't want children. I don't want children. I never wanted children in my entire life. Never in my life did I seriously, genuinely ever think that I wanted children. I don't want children. And it's not because I hate kids. I don't hate kids. I think kids are okay. I think kids are alright. I think kids are cool. But don't want, I never want kids because I see it as a moral good of me to not have kids. And there's many factors into it. For one, I don't have my own house. If I had my own house, I probably would consider maybe having a kid. Maybe, but even then, if I had my own house, I definitely wouldn't have a kid. Yeah, I 100%. Yeah, I, if I had my own place, I 100% wouldn't have a kid because I wouldn't want my space to be in a space where I have to hear someone constantly crying and needing stuff like that. I don't like having people depend on me. I don't like having people depend on me and stuff like that. And it's not because I'm afraid that I'll fuck up or something like that if I have someone depending on me. It's because I believe people. I believe if you want something uh, done, you should do it yourself. Like this war in Iran. If I had it my way, wars wouldn't be fought with other people fighting on the behalf of one person. I think that's cowardly. I think every leader throughout history who has ever uh, went to war with a bunch of other people to fight on their behalf is a coward. I have many blessings in life, but one, just one of the greatest blessings I ever had was me not uh, fulfilling going into the Navy. Because I don't want to serve this fucking country. I don't want to serve this country in that way. I don't want to serve this country in that way. I'll serve in a different way by living. There you go. I'll serve it by living. I don't want to be in a position where somebody who I'll never meet, who will never shake my hand, who will never invite me to dinner, who will never ask me what do I believe. I'm not gonna go die for that person. I'll never die for a fucking president. I'll never die for a fucking senator. I'll never die for a fucking representative. I'll never die for a fucking mailman. I'll never die for anybody. I refuse to die for anybody because nobody will die for me. The day I'm in a situation where somebody defends me, then I'll defend other people. But until then, I'm never going to defend anybody. And from now on, I say this on August the 16th, 2026 at 5:05 a.m. that I am constantly on the attack. I'm attacking everybody. I attack everybody in every moment, at every state that I am. Constantly, I'm on the attack. I'm going to turn the cheek. I'm going to turn the other cheek and show that I'm just not interested in you. And that's my attack. When you say something stupid, I'm like, okay, this person's dumb. Nah, this person's dumb. I'm going to attack. That's an attack. My mere existence is an attack, is an affront on society. My mere existence is a pushback from the social norm. My existence is a push against history. my existence is an attack on people who don't understand that communism, capitalism, socialism all operates the same in today's world. That's something that catches my interest. Let's look up what socialism socialism definition. We'll look up the definition for socialism, and we're gonna look up the definition for definition. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Communism, a political theory derived from Karl Marx, advocating class war and leading to a society in which all property is publicly owned and each person works and is paid according to their ability and needs. Marxism. Capitalism, an economic and political system in which the country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit. Okay. Socialism, a political and economic theory of social organization which advocates that the means of production, distribution, and exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole. Now, it goes in levels. Community as a whole. The community as a whole dictates how things are produced, sold, exchanged, traded. The people control trade. So that means the gardener, the craftsman, and the fisher come together and negotiate on how their goods are exchanged, not only within themselves, but with outside countries, outside states as well. Communism. The government determines, the government which is duly elected by the community determines uh, what is how goods are exchanged and who they're exchanged with and so forth. Capitalism, the private owners, the individual determines this. Now, if you look at capitalism, this is not really how it works in the United States. Because yes, I could start a company in the United States, but the government tells me who I can deny service to. The government tells me who I can deny service to. The government tells me who, what countries I can trade with. Because if that government puts a tariff or a blockade on a country that I would want to sell with, I'm not allowed to sell to them. Because I'll get fined. I'll get fined, or I could lose my license to sell. So in reality of the United States, we do live in a communist country because the government is telling me it's not privately owned. The stuff you claim to own privately in the United States, you don't really own because you have to pay a tax on it just to have it. You have a car, if you want to drive it on the roads, you have to be taxed for it. You find a plot of land and you want to build a house on it, guess what? You're going to be taxed for it. You want to have kids, guess what? You're going to be taxed for it. You want to work, you have to be taxed for it. And you could say, well, at least I have representation in the United States, so I can fucking vote somebody with my interest, right? How often is your vote heard? That's a gamble you're taking. So you get to gamble to see if you are going to be heard in any type of way. Capitalism and communism are the same thing. Socialism is different from capitalism when the community is no longer represented in the government. But the community makes the government. The people make the government at that point, right? I don't know, man. I don't believe there's a real socialist in the United States because we have a government that's set up for a pseudo communist fucking society. Anybody who says they're a socialist now doesn't really believe in socialism. The people who are the faces for popular socialism and popular change and stuff like that, they all live in mansions and shit like that. They're all rich people. I don't believe anybody who's rich really believes in socialism and stuff like that because they're not a part of the community. Once you reach a certain economic class, you these and I'm saying that based off of how they behave, you no longer see yourself as part of the community of people who actually sit and manufacture the shit that you would use and stuff like that. You see yourself as different. I think these people, I think all forms of this stuff is bad. I think socialism is bad because I think socialism is bad because it is a made up fucking fantasy that people wave in front of people's faces, hoping that they'll fall for communism. And once people fall for communism, then you can have capitalism. You can feed them the real lie. You offer them you offer them a chance to be heard, and then you said, "Well, hey, well, now that we're coming, yeah, it's like this. That Gardner, Fisher, and Carpenter, they meet together to decide how we're gonna trade and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, their workload is just so heavy, just deciding that they say, hey, we need to be we need to have our own separate space just to discuss this stuff. And we're discussing so much all the time. We need so much money, and we need to be separated from you guys when we do it. But don't worry, it will be you can, it goes in steps. Each step, it's all just a systematic control of separating the people from the government. It's all just separating people from the government. It's all about how you separate people from the government so they no longer see themselves as part of the government. How can you be a government and not value the people in the government? The citizens are a part of the government. They're part of that apparatus in which people who are allowed to sit in the House of Representatives are able to get there. Those things that happened back in 2020 and back in 2020, those were signs of good things, in my opinion. I think January 6th was alright. I think the fucking Minneapolis situation was alright. Because it was a glimmer of hope. I saw people getting angry about stuff happening in their government and saying, screw it, let's go to the precinct like they did in Minneapolis and burn it down.
That's a government building. That's a government building where people are caged up and stuff like that. Burn it down because of the George Floyd thing, right? I think it was because of the George Floyd thing. A cop had killed George Floyd, and so the people there said, "Let's show the government that you are not watching over the people that you said were there to stop crime, but yet they're committing crime. And if they're committing crime, let's just burn down their establishments." January 6th, for whatever reason, those people believed that the election was stolen, and so they went all the way to DC and they raised Sam about it. That's good. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what the founding fathers did according to history, right? They were getting taxed by the government that was over them, and they said, "Man, these people are far away from us. They don't live our existence. Why do they get to tell us how it's run and stuff like that?" And they revolted. Little did we know that that revolt was just a coup by other rich people who were also well off during that time. If you look, every year that goes by that I get bored and I look into the founding fathers, I'll listen to a podcast or listen to some audio about the just audio in general. Listen to some audio describing the founding fathers and stuff like that. These weren't poor dudes. Benjamin Franklin wasn't poor. He constantly took trips to France and stuff like that. Jefferson wasn't poor. He had multiple slaves and stuff like that. Washington wasn't poor. He was from a well-off family. These are from well-off people. These are from well-off families and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that they had a lot of rights that most average settlers at that time, average colonists at that time, did not have. When they came over to the United States, they didn't have any qualms with executing the natives from the land and stuff like that and taxing them with their lives for the land and stuff like that. But as soon as they are probably getting taxed a little bit more for tea and paper and stuff like that, that's when they want to say, "Oh, all men are created equal" and stuff like that. All that is bullshit. All of it's bullshit. It's all just a small group of people all under control. And before you even go there, if you happen to be tuning in, no, I'm not talking about the Jews and stuff like that. Because I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. I don't fucking look at someone. I don't look at it like that. I could be racist and said that it's just white people who cause all the problems and stuff like that. But that will show that I'm ignorant to the stuff that happens in Africa when it comes to corruption and shit like that. But then again, I don't live there, so I don't know what it's really like. If I don't live in an area and I don't know what it's really like, I can't really believe a lot of the things they're told to me about the place, to be real with me. Like the Middle East, I don't know if the Middle East is really a war torn fucking place. I don't really believe it is. That's one of my fucking schizo theories, that the Middle East really isn't a war torn place. That's actually a fucking paradise over there. It's actually a paradise over there, and the place that people are sent to is somewhere like in Oceania in the deserts or some shit like that. Because that's where they send all the prisoners and stuff like that. Australia was founded on exiles from Britain and stuff like that. The current country as it is now, all those people are descendant from like native white Australians and stuff like that. They're just descendants from people who are exiled from Britain for committing like heinous crimes and stuff like that. They're the most racist too. An Australian white person is the most racist person you'll ever meet in your entire life. They're more racist than someone from the United States or Europe, which is weird. That proves how violent they are. Australians are the most violent type of people known to man, in my opinion. They're way more violent than any supposed savage you'd come across in the rainforest, probably, or in some like uncharted area of Africa. Because whenever I have the misfortune of having one be in the space that I'm in, and they're talking, they're just spouting the most violent, evil bullshit, saying n words and stuff like that, all willy nilly and stuff like that. I'm old school. I graduated high school in 2012, so I had access to definitions and knowledge of certain words before this new generation of people who just get fed whatever is told to them by fucking AI. Excuse me, by AI. I know that the definition of the N word meant an ignorant person, regardless of your race. But if you talk to a white Australian man or woman about how they feel about people who are a shade darker than them, they hate them. They hate them so much. They hate them so much, and it's stupid, bro. Because you can bring up so many flaws about a white person, then they'll just plug their ears and ignore it. I hate people who are racist, man. People who are racist are stupid, and they have no fucking purpose, and they have no worth in life. If you're a racist, you have no value in this world whatsoever, because you're an idiot. The only purpose I could imagine you fulfilling is being used by another racist to fucking get their agenda ahead. So if you're fine with being a slave, then yes, be a racist. If you're fine with being a slave, be a racist. But if you're not fine with being a slave, then never judge someone and generalize them just because of their skin color and what you've been told by people who aren't that skin color about how those people with that skin color behave. And you might hear me say that and said, "Oh, you just went on this tangent about how white Australians are like really racist and stuff like that." Yeah, I'm not saying that because I'm not saying that as if I haven't been around these people. I'm saying that based off of evidence of being around these people and listening what they've said and looking at what they do, looking, observing, and just observing what they do. And when I observe what they do, I see that they are dumb. And dumb people piss me off. Dumb people annoy me. You wanna piss me off? If it gives you joy to piss me off, oh yeah, I done ruined it now. But if it gives you joy to piss me off, just be stupid. Just be stupid. If you're just stupid, just know that you'll make me mad, and that should give you happiness if you are the type of person who gets happy whenever I'm mad. You know, because that's the only thing that really, truly, 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 truly makes me angry. It all boils down to, man, this person's dumb, and it makes me mad. It makes me mad when I'm in a space called Black Haven, and it's a bunch of black people sucking off an old white man just for being around during the civil rights era of the United States. It makes me mad when people aren't aware of their surroundings. Like, do you not pay attention to anything? Do you not pay attention to anything whatsoever? There's some things I choose to not pay attention to because I'd rather put more focus into certain other areas. But I still pay attention to shit though. I pay attention to shit. I pay attention to shit. Uh, Even if I don't have omnipotence and can see into every room and see into every person's mind, I still pay attention by asking questions about why things that things happen that I did not see happen at that moment. Like if I set a vase down in a room with two people and then leave that room and come back and that vase is broken, I'm going to ask those two people what happened to that vase. And that's me paying attention. That's me noticing a change in something, an abnormality of something that should not have happened. So many people are stupid in this fucking life, bro. So many people are so fucking stupid in this life, and it's so crazy to me that people are so stupid. Why are people so stupid in this life? Why does nobody ask questions in this life, bro? Nobody asks questions. Nobody knows how to read. Nobody knows how to fucking investigate and observe the reality. And I don't want to know why. I don't want to know why people are so stupid because I really don't care. We're past that now. I spent years I spent my youth doing that, trying to just okay, people are stupid. I'll be stupid too. I can't do that. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. My own family doesn't even want to like talk to me because of how I am. And I'm fine with that. I have no beef with any of the people who call themselves my family whatsoever. At least I don't. If they have beef with me, I don't give a fuck, but I don't personally have a beef with them. I just know that they're just not for me. The last time I had a sit down with some of my family and stuff like that, one of my brothers told me don't use reverse psychology just because I agreed with him and just said, yeah, fine. If that's what you want to believe, that's fine. How is that fucking reverse psychology? That's not fucking reverse psychology. That's just me just telling you, okay, you're right. I'll reflect on that. Fucking buzzwords, bro. I fucking hate buzzwords, man. People get some fucking new fucking thing in their apparatus and they think they can just fucking throw it around at you in their fucking face without even understanding what the fuck it really means. Every word. And I know I'm cursing, by the way. I have no problem with cursing. I curse and I'm fine with it. I'm cursing and I'm fine with it, and I don't care what thing I summon whenever I say fuck, shit, damn, bitch, motherfucker, all that stuff. I just don't say GD, to be real with you. I think that's the one cuss word I don't say. I'll say hot damn, or got damn, or something like that. But I won't say like God. Damn, the space between that. Cause it just seems, I don't know, redundant. It is not my flavor. It's not my flavor. It's not my flavor. It's not something I like saying because it seems like something. Because it's a command to do something. And I'm the type of person that if you believe in a God, you better not ever, ever try to tell that God what to do. Because if you try to tell that God to do something, you're going to actually get cursed. So whenever you try to get a God to damn something, you're trying to force your will on something that created you and created your reality. All right, keep barking up that tree. Just don't be surprised when you get cancer and shit like that. Don't be surprised when you fucking like have to get your blood bleached and shit like that. When you say that kind of stuff. When you have horrible stuff happen to you, I want you to really look back at all the times you've said GD and stuff like that. I don't play with God. I don't play with the concept of God at all. Because there's things that I don't know about this reality. There's things I haven't experienced in this reality and stuff like that. But I know that this stuff existed though. I know that when I was a kid, there were trees and grass and an atmosphere. I know there was a world when I was born. When I was born, there was a world already here. And apparently there were people here before me too. Those people had to come from somewhere. They didn't come from me because I did not put in actual work to make them. And that's my justification for there being a God. The simple fact that there are things before me being here. And if something is capable of creating things that would later go on to make other things that I derive joy from and stuff like that, and suffering, why would I fucking play with that by trying to force it to do things to other things that it created? It's just gonna piss it off. It's just gonna make it mad. Cause I guarantee you, if I'm making realities and stuff like that, if I'm making worlds and populating those worlds, you can't tell me anything. You can't tell me what to do with it. You can't tell me how it should operate and stuff like that. I tell you one thing. I'm a Mormon. I'm a Latter Day Saint, and we believe in the next life. That if you live a good life accordingly, one of the rewards is that you get your own planet in which you become a god, right? And I got my own theory on that. I think the only reason he said that is just to get people married and have kids. And once you get married and have kids, you get your own planet, aka your own house, and you become a god over those little things that you made with your fucking wife slave and stuff like that. I think on a much bigger picture than that. I'm thinking of actual whole planets and whole realms and stuff like that, not just a house and stuff like that. But so many people who claim to be Christian are small thinkers, though. I'm probably one of the only enlightened Christians on this planet, to be real with you. Because I, I don't get tricked by the visage of Christ and stuff like that. I know that slave owners brought Christianity to people altered, from the type of Christianity they worship with technology to try to get slaves. Well, not try, they succeeded to get slaves to be obedient to them and stuff like that. Be meek, be obedient, do what I say or you'll go to hell and stuff like that. Anyone who's ever tried to get me to learn something with violence, just know you failed. You failed to teach me what you wanted uh, me to do, but you succeeded in teaching me to not be like you. There you go. So if you've ever inflicted any type of violence against me, just know you've you shot yourself in the foot. To be honest, you failed yourself, but you succeeded in me. You succeeded in me. There you go. Any attempt at violence at me is just it just bounces back. It just bounces back. Anytime anyone's ever tried to hurt me and shit like that, it just bounces back and it hurts them tenfold and shit like that. Oh, you get mad at me at work and stuff like that, and you try to get me fired, and you try to use your authority to flex on me and stuff like that. Oh, guess what, boxer? You're dead now. And it's not me from raising a gun. It's not me from going out and getting you and stuff like that. It's just the energy I have. I have so much energy that it just feels like it just bounces at some point. It's just gonna work in my favor. And lately, a lot of things have been going in my favor. A lot's been going in my favor. A lot's been going in my favor. A lot has been working out for me. Uh, and I have just been putting a minuscule amount of effort into causing it just by thinking it now. I wrote in a journal a bunch of wild stuff that I barely even remember. Like I remember it, but I don't remember it to the fine detail. But I wrote a lot of wild stuff about a lot of people that I knew in real life, and it's affected them. It's affected them in their physical. I wrote some shit about this couple who were being weird, trying to get me to do some coquetry so they can like assault me and stuff like that. And now their fucking marriage is ruined and their jobs are gone and stuff like that. This guy tried to get me to fucking get bit by his fucking dog, but obviously that dog had no fucking authority or right to hurt me because it's just not in its nature. And now they have to get their blood bleached every couple of months and stuff like that. A guy used to fucking bully me when I was a kid, and now, his balloon's constantly leaking and shit like that. I have different experiences from people, and it pisses people off. And I need to start taking joy in that. I need to start taking joy in pissing people off. Because at first, I didn't want to piss people off. I used to feel bad, sympathy, and stuff like that. But my empathy needs to be tuned. I need to tune my empathy. I need to tune my empathy to not care when someone is being hurt. I need to tune my empathy to not care when someone is upset at something that I do or mad or sad and stuff like that. And I'm going to do that because it needs to be done. I'm at the age now where it needs to be done. I no longer care about the well-being of other people and stuff like that because I'm not like other people and I'm not the same species as them. I'm not the same species as any other human on this planet. I'm my own species. I'm my own race. I'm not black. I'm not white. I'm not Asian. I'm not Hispanic. I'm none of that. I'm none of that because I don't behave like any of them. I don't think like any of them. I make meaning of the shit that I do. Like that burp right now. I burp right now, even though I ate hours ago. I haven't drunk anything fizzy, but I burped just now because I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in what I believe. I'm foolhardy. She's just streaming in here in this jail cell. It's freaking crazy. I think it's funny that she's in this jail cell and I got put in Discord jail by these pseudo political thinking fuckers or whatever. Here, you gotta do not disturb. I came to the, I, I come in this place. I come to this place knowing that none of these people are smart. By the way, and that I know none of these people are smart. None of these people are smart. This channel is called Politics 24/7, but they don't talk about politics. They're obsessed with like specific characters of this fucking server for them to fucking pretend that they're better than them. I think, dude, the concept of a lol cow is fucking stupid. By the way, a lol cow is a fucking retarded concept. So you tell me, you find somebody, or you come not find you come across somebody who is different than you online. They say things or do things that cause a response from you, and let's say that response is laughter, either from their absurdity or because you agree with them. And what do you choose to do? You choose to stalk them, to be obsessed with them and stuff like that. Dude, I'm obsessed with no celebrity and stuff like that. And if I wanted to split hairs so fucking much, I would say that me just following this chick's channel is a sign of obsession, to be real with you. No person put in front of me who's been labeled a celebrity has ever impressed me in a serious way. I mean a serious way. No celebrity, you'll never, ever, ever, ever in your life given have me give an explanation for why I do something and that be because of a fucking celebrity. All celebrities are manufactured by someone else. Why would I fucking worship them? I'm not worshiping somebody who was made by somebody else. Show me the person who made that person, and then I'll be impressed. Show me the person who got this person in a space to where everyone else needs to know what they're doing and stuff like that for me to fucking care. And that's the only reason I follow, using air quotes now, follow any celebrities like page or something like that, or like on Twitch, or like if I see them on fucking TikTok or something like that. I'm trying to wonder like who's behind this person. Like who got this person to where they are in life and stuff like that. There was a video I saw about this rapper. Her name's Molly Santana, and she was doing an interview, and she was talking about how some other girls when she was in like high school made fun of her butt or something like that because she was wearing baggy clothes. Just kids being assholes like always. And in the comments, a person had said, and now she's a multimillionaire. And I commented and said, "Oh, you really believe that, don't you?" And they got mad. They were like, "It's just a joke." And I'm like, "No, you weren't joking. You're serious. You really believe that?" Because so many people believe that these musicians and these actors are as rich as they fucking claim to be. These people aren't fucking rich, especially if you're a musician. If you're a musician, you are not rich, bro. No musician is rich. No big musician is rich. Damn it, no, no musician is rich. There you go. No artist is really rich. Anyone who makes art like painting or fucking music or movies and stuff like that, they're not rich. The people who pay the workers to record their videos, to record them in studios, to engineer the sound behind their voice, to engineer the setting that they're in the music video. Those are the people who are really rich, with money at least. No artist is really fucking rich. I don't even believe Jay-Z is as rich as he said he is, off of music at least. I don't believe Jay-Z is a billionaire because it's fucking stupid to believe that he's a millionaire. Oh, you telling me a guy sold what, 1 million CDs and stuff like that, and he did not have to pay other people along the way just to keep that money? No, because I know how those record deals work. Because listened to I've listened to people who work in it. Like Academics explained that one time. There you go. There you go. DJ Academics explained it one time. And plus, I've seen it with the other stories and stuff like that. Like these fucking people get loans from these companies. Okay, we'll give you a set amount of money, like 100,000. We'll give you 100,000. That 100,000 is gonna go towards this and this and this and this, and we'll recoup off of that. It's like when you go, like when I went into university and stuff like that. I was getting paid to go to university, but majority of that money was going to pay for my books, to the professors, to the programs I was using to study. That's how that works. It's just loans. And if you're getting a loan, you're not going to be a millionaire. You could have a net worth of something, but it doesn't mean that you actually have that money in your bank account. Disposable for you to use and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that. And I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it so much. I The only way you are rich and you go into music is if you are already rich because of the family you come from. And I learned really fast that every large, well-known musician is a fucking nepo baby. They're all fucking nepo babies. They're all from fucking well-off families and shit like that paid for them to be able to fly to a different state to go audition and stuff like that. That's what nepotism is. None of these people are genuine. They're all actors. And people just eat that shit up. They just eat it. Just eat it, eat it, eat it. Just smear it all over their fucking faces. Dude, I like music. Love music, actually.
Music is one of my it's in the top five things that I love in this reality. I love listening to music. I love listening to people's tales. I love how it makes me feel, the way it makes me move and stuff like that. But I won't ever delude myself into thinking that that person is a real person. And the veil's being pulled back. We have access to AI now. So that lets me know that personalities can be generated by computers. Personalities can be generated by computers. What makes you think that these people are real? I could sit here. Well, let me go back. I could sit here. This says live, and she could be really sitting. This says live, right? And yes, I see her sitting here in this jail cell, but I don't know if she's really in there. I don't know if she's physically there. I don't know if she's physically there or not. I don't know if she's physically even real. I don't know what she really looks like without the camera and stuff like that. People look different than they do in camera and pictures and stuff like that. A picture cannot get the uh, full visual of somebody. We don't have technology like that where you're able to see someone in a picture as they are in real life. You're not going to be able to get. Oh, yeah, it's still on. You're not going to be able to get a real understanding of who this person is just through a fucking screen. So when people make stupid judgments about uh, celebrities, it's fucking stupid. And the stupid judgment people make about celebrities is that a celebrity is a good fucking person. No celebrity is a good person. No politician's a good person. None of them are good people. All of them are bad people. All of them are assholes. Only thing they care about is what they can get from you. And what they get from you is money. And how do they get money? Through draining your attention. Through draining your attention. Through getting your energy visually and stuff like that. And I say this as somebody who's an open psychic vampire. I know for a fucking fact that these people are only using other people to drain their attention to get money. That's another reason why I'm not why I got timed out of here. I'm gonna keep coming back in here because I want to see how long the time out. Because as soon as I'm not timed out, I'm coming back in there. So Monday, I'll go back in there. It's good. It's Sunday. It'd be a good Sunday. But yeah, I'm a psychic vampire, but I just don't use my vampiric nature to try to fucking generate wealth. Whenever I use my ability to gain essence and stuff like that, I use my ability to gain essence to lead into something else that I would want and stuff like that. And it's never money. I never directly ask for money. I don't ever ask for money. I don't like asking for money. I don't like asking for money. I don't even like the concept of fucking money because it's just a fucking middleman. Starts with M. It's funny. This is fucking stupid. That EDP documentary was fucking retarded. I hated that documentary. I watched the whole thing too. We live in and I'm saying we because I'm in it too. We live in a world where people prop up guys like Fleece Johnson and fucking EDP and stuff like that. These people are fucking weirdos. And if I ever met them in real life, I'd call them losers. I'd call them losers and I'd fucking avoid them. Look at that EDP guy. He is a massive, massive slob. Massive slob. Just eats and eats and eats until he gets big. Why? Oh my gosh. That's fucking disgusting, man. I can eat, I can eat a lot, I can eat a good bit and stuff like that, but I never brought myself to like, man, eat
I'm full. Let me eat again. Let me just keep eating and 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 not move. You gotta move a little bit so you can burn that energy off. I don't see how people can get as big as fucking EDP, man. How do you let yourself get that big? What does it take to make for you to get that big and stuff like that? And I know you smell bad and stuff like that. People always try to project on me that I smell bad, but I know I don't fucking smell bad. I smell amazing. But if you're big as EDP is and you have all those fucking fat folds and shit like that, and you gotta lift up your fucking stomach just to fucking wash your private parts and stuff like that, I know that that shit smells disgusting because you have a bunch of sweat caked. You got areas where sweat and dead skin is being caked and hiding and stuff like that. It's gonna be harder for you to wipe your fucking butt and stuff like that because you're so big. Does it not hurt to move around like that? I don't even want to look them up. Notice I haven't pulled EDP up on my screen and shit like that because I don't even want to look at that shit. You can call me fat phobic if you want. I guess I am because I don't, fat people fucking piss me off. I don't like that. Because if you can take the effort to eat a lot, you can also put that effort into moving so you don't retain that fat in your body too. So you can burn that energy off. When I see somebody fat, I'm assuming that they have a lot of energy because that's what food is for. That's what fat is. It's just stored energy and stuff like that. Just stored wasted energy. And I'm not some fucking roided up fucking bodybuilder and stuff like that. I just know that I'm not fat, and so therefore I'm fine. And trust me, I think fucking those people who are obsessed with the gym and stuff, I think they're just as bad as a overly weight person like fucking EDP and stuff like that. These gym influencers and stuff like that. The gym is the gayest shit in the fucking world, man. Let me change that because I don't mean. Let me change. Let me change that. The gym is the lamest fucking thing in the world. The gym is the lamest shit in the world. Why the fuck would I want to go work out, get sweaty, exert myself around a bunch of other fucking people so they can sit and watch and judge me and tell me what the fuck to do with my body so I can fucking work out the way they want so I can look how they want me to look? Fuck no. And it's just for people to go flirt and shit and like that. It's just a sexualized place. The gym's sexualized, and I don't want to fucking go there. I believe in keeping my sexual behavior to myself and stuff like that. Because I know if I explain why I'm into the stuff that I'm into sexually and stuff like that, people wouldn't get it. And again, let me remind you, I don't want to have kids, so that should let you know what kind of stuff I like. If you're smart, you'll get that. I don't want kids. I don't want to go to the gym, but I won't ever be fat. I don't need it. I don't need to go to the gym. I don't need to go to the gym because, like, it's just attention seeking and stuff like that. It's attention seeking. I'm not the type of person to seek attention and stuff like that. Only a person I need to get attention from is myself. And that's why I'm recording for myself. So I can have this. This is a video diary for me, if anything. This is my video diary. Whenever I turn my camera on, whether it be on stream, whether it be on recording, whether it be on my phone, I am doing it with not the intent to get people to follow me, to watch me. I'm doing it to vent what is inside of me because it is healthy for me to speak about these things and not hold them in all the time. There's a lot of things I need to speak and I need to let loose for myself and stuff like that. And I'm comfortable knowing that no one wants to hear me speak and no one wants to see my face because whatever. It doesn't matter. They just don't want to, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But it's not going to stop me from doing what I do. What I do it just Depends on the situation. I have a reason for why I'm doing it. There you go. When we cross that bridge when we fucking get there, when I do certain things. I tell you one thing I do. I do miss church. I do miss going to church. I miss going to church and ignoring them. I miss going into church and not paying attention to whatever the fuck they're saying in there and stuff like that. Church got a lot more fun whenever I would go there and not listen to anything they were fucking saying and like distracting myself with something else. That's when church was at its fucking peak. Oh my god, get this fucking thing off my screen. Church was at its peak when I was going there just to ignore what they were saying. Because I'm a person who believes that the God I believe in is not the same God that other people believe in. I believe people say stuff, but in their minds and their intent, they mean something else because I understand sarcasm. I understand sarcasm. I've always been sarcastic. I've understood sarcasm for as long as I can remember. So I can't be fucking like compelled to listen and do things people want. I can't even be under the influence of devil's breath and stuff like that. I can't. I can't. It's what's gotten me out of a certain situation a lot of times. So much, and it pisses people off so much, so they want to believe that I would purposely give things up to people and stuff like that, like my ass, but I would never. You know, I'm a top. I'm always the one doing the inserting. I've never been inserted in, and it pisses people off that I can't be fucked over. It pisses people off that I can't be fucked over and I can't be tricked out of my spot. And good. I'm glad it does. I'm glad it makes you mad. I'm glad if anything I do makes you mad, I'm glad that it does. Just know that inside I'm laughing, laying on my back, rolling, holding my sides, chuckling and stuff like that. And it's just gonna promote me to keep doing it and stuff like that. It's gonna promote me to do it more and stuff like that. Anything I do that pisses you off, just know that it makes me happy that I'm pissing you off. Because I'm an adversary. I'm an adversary. That's what I'm here for. I was called that in church one time. This lady thought I was fucking talking about her. I'm gonna keep harping on that. This lady thought I was fucking talking about her when I made a fucking comment about fucking people talking to the fucking dead. And she thought I was talking about her because I made a post with this white woman's face as a meme. She thought I was talking about her because she saw herself in that and stuff like that. People are so fucking insecure, man. I used to say that I was insecure, and maybe, perhaps, never have I truly been insecure about something. I've never been insecure about anything. And I've always been right when I judge someone for their fucking character. I'm never wrong when I judge someone on their character. My judgments on people's character is always fucking spot on. Because I'm never proven wrong. I'm never proven wrong when I like find out about some shit that they've done and stuff like that. And I'm never surprised either. I'm never surprised either when I make a judgment call about somebody and then it turns out other people find out that this person is also a shitty person as well. Hey, Captain Foresight, I'm nearsighted. I see into your fucking soul every time I look at you. Every time I look at you, I'm going to be looking into your fucking soul. Every time I fucking am around other people, I am alert of my surroundings. I know that someone, something, somehow has my back. and I'm marked to be fucking protected at all times. I'm protected at all times, and anyone who's done violence towards me has been cursed for it. Hey, sucks to suck. Just know that I didn't put that curse on you. The thing that's watching over me put that curse on you, so take it up with that. If you have a, like right now, I just have this feeling. I just have this strong feeling that this person right here is the person who fucking timed me out. And I'm going to look at their profile and they're not going to have a high rank, right? They're not going to have a high rank. And I'm not going to look either. I'm going to leave it as is. I just have a feeling that this is the person that timed me out just because they don't like me. And I believe that this person's just and I believe that something bad has happened. I believe that they're going to get some bad news today. I believe they're going to get some bad news about something that's going to make them a little depressed over the next couple of months. I believe that. Why do I believe that? Because something bad has happened to me. And the bad thing that happened to me is not even really bad. If I could really give a true definition of how bad it is, like on a scale to like 1 to 1,000, it's probably like a 2 of how bad it is. That's how low on the scale it is. For me. But for them, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to take it. Because I don't want to know how they're going to take it. I don't, and I don't care either. I don't care. There you go. I don't care either. I don't want to know and I don't care. I'm going to go back to saying that. Because I used to say that a lot when I was younger. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. It used to piss my mom off whenever I said that. That I didn't care. Because I really don't. I really don't care about a lot of stuff. I don't care about a lot of small things. I care about things on a grander scale. I think larger than most people, which is ironic because my name is Tiny, right? My name is Tiny is an attempt to curse me to only think small, but I can't. I guess in my past life, my name must have been so fucking big. Shut the fuck up, right? I guess in a past life, my name must have been so fucking big that I thought so massive that other people couldn't handle it. So when I came in this life, they had to try to label me something to try to contain me and warp the meaning of it and stuff like that. So they would make me think that it's small and stuff like that. But I think people underestimate how creative I am because my name's Tiny. That allows me to think bigger because I'm already small. So now I can move on to bigger things. There you go. I want to talk about my family some more. I uh I I think I get a lot of hate from people in my family because my name is Tiny because of a fucking guy I never fucking met who's also or supposedly sup- maybe was named fucking Tiny. I remember one time my fucking oldest half brother was like, "You know who I have a problem with? Tiny. You don't know what the fuck he did." Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he did. And it doesn't fucking matter. He's dead. He's supposed to be dead. I got a call like in 2015, 2016 about him dying. The dude's dead. Let that shit go. You won, right? But I guess he isn't dead, so I guess he's mad. I guess because I live. And if you're mad that I'm alive, you need to take it up who I came out of. You need to take that anger out on who fucking birthed me instead of me being here. Because me being here is of no consequence to you. It's of consequence to the people who fucking made me. And that's real spill. I can't fake the funk with people, man. I refuse to fake it. I am the most real motherfucker you will ever meet in your life. I am so real, it hurts people. I am so genuine that it fucking hurts people. I am the most genuine fucking guy in existence. I am 100% real. I am the most real dude ever. I am so real. I am so real, and I will tell you about yourself, and I will tell you about the situation that you're in. I won't lie to you about a fucking situation. I won't lie to you about how things can go and stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you what I think. And what I think and what I know is the truth. All I know is the truth. And now I'm thinking about it, all I've said in the past has been the truth. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm the real George Washington. I'm the real George Washington. I'm the real George Washington. Because everything I did when I was a kid, apparently they already knew. That's why I gave them right to beat me and shit like that. Dude, oh my gosh. I remember when I was in like in what, fourth or fifth grade. I had gotten in trouble for fucking talking in class and stuff like that. Even though I wasn't fucking talking loud, the teacher just couldn't help but fucking notice me for some reason. And guess what? She wanted to get back at me, so she fucking called my fucking house and stuff like that. And I got fucking beat for it, slung around and hit in the fucking face with a belt and shit like that. But I healed from it. None of that shit actually fucking like hurt me and stuff like that. It didn't hurt me. It just made me not like the people who raised me. That's a tip, by the way. I don't have kids, but I know for a fucking fact, if you're the type of person who has kids and the first thing you want to do is fucking beat them and shit like that, just know that you're going to pay for it when you get older with your health and with your sanity. Because it shows you're a fucking idiot. If you are bigger than somebody and you think that gives you the authority to fucking hit them and use the height that your height and the strength you have to fucking dominate them physically, just know that you are indebted to that fucking person and you're gonna have to owe that person. And I know for a fact a certain little fucking thing that's in that fucking room right now with a little top hat is telling you, yep, he's right. Go to church this Sunday. I'm not allowed in my old Baptist church that I was fucking baptized in. Bro, I went to that church right after I fucking went to my Mormon church. After I left my white man's church, I went to my fucking black man's church. And when I walked in, they gave everybody a fucking penny. And so I held on to the penny. And then they were like, okay, so we have three things up here. Are you going to give it to God, to man, or what, yourself, right? And everybody was walking up there and they were putting their little pennies next to the God card. And I was the only one who put my money to the side all the way to the top of the table and stuff like that. And one of the dudes who was shorter than me, by the way, was like, why, hey man, you're supposed to put it on over there with God. I said, it's all God. If God created everything, that means it's all part of God, right? And they got mad at me for that. fucking idiots. And the final straw that broke the camel's fucking back is when they went there. When I went there and they said women are evil. What the fuck? Women are evil? I thought being gay was bad. What? I swear, my right hand's up so you know I'm telling the fucking truth. The pastor at Asbury Baptist fucking church, pastor fucking dumbass, he straight up said women are evil. Bro, what? That's the if you want to talk about gay being homosexual, that's the most homosexual shit I've ever heard in my entire life. What are you talking about? I thought women were supposed to be protected and stuff like that. Don't they give birth to children? So how are they evil? He said that. And I got the fuck up and I went into the bathroom and I had to take a long look at myself like, what the fuck? Why am I even here? And I was walking out and this little dude was like, hey, you gotta go. Bro, I'm already leaving. You not telling me some shit that I already don't, I'm already not affecting this in any type of fucking way. I'm already leaving. I can't be here. You guys are too dumb for me to fucking be around. Too dumb. Too fucking dumb. Oh my gosh. Hypocrites, bro. Oh my gosh. I'm surrounded by fucking hypocrites. It's insane. It's insane how many hypocrites exist in this fucking reality, man. There's gonna be a time. There's gonna be a time where I'm not gonna be around anybody. And I don't know when, and I don't know how. But there's gonna be a time where I'm living comfortably away from everybody. And I'm not gonna have a reason or a need to care about the well-being of anybody ever. Ever. And I mean physically. I mean physically. Like them having a body, not caring. That's what I mean. Because I'm already like halfway there with not believing any of these people on the fucking screen are real people who've ever fucking walked down the street or some shit like that. Really. Like with their fucking feet and stuff like that. I gotta take a piss. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, I'm back. I want to go back to when I said that I don't lie and stuff like that. I don't, but I do hold back on a lot of truths revealed to me that I believe. I don't tell everybody what I really believe on a lot of stuff. On a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I keep to myself. A lot of things I don't say. A lot of things that I say, I would say, and I would explain it to them. It would fucking shatter the fragile ego of a lot of people. It would shatter the fucking minds of people on what I believe this reality to this realm or this existence for what it really is. I don't believe women are evil because I don't believe women are the root and source of evil because I am aware of evil men. And from what I have lived and experienced, men have been more evil to me than women have been. Men have been assholes to me. A man beat me when I was a fucking kid. So I don't trust and like men. If anything, I'm a sexist towards men, if anything. I'm a sexist towards men because every man I've met has been a dick to me. Not a dick, because they don't have those. I'm the only one with that. Oops, I slip what I really believe. That's one of the things I really believe. I believe I'm the only male in existence with a penis. And that's one of the things that I'm probably hated for is because I'm the only one with a dick. I don't need to use clone technology to produce children. Oh shit, that's another thing I believe. It's a good thing no one's watching this. But I'll upload it to YouTube. This is one of the videos that I'll upload. This will be my one video I upload from a long time. It'll be my schizo babble. I believe that I'm the only male who happens to be a psychic vampire with a penis who exists on this planet. And I don't want children. I don't want to reproduce anybody with my genes. I don't want to share my genes with anybody. And this is from someone who has had sex with women. I've had sex multiple times with multiple women without a condom. I've never used a condom whenever I've had sex. And all that essence I wasted putting into those women, fucking well, not. I don't think I've ever come in any woman. I never came in any woman I've had sex with. There you go. So I think I'm fine. I'm safe from that. The one I did come in, she had a fucking IUD to try to fucking sabotage me, and that shit failed. When it comes to responsibility on children, I don't feel any sympathy to any dude who's ever felt grief for having a wife and kids. Why the fuck did you fucking choose to be around them then if you were gonna fucking complain and bitch about them all the time? I don't get why people get married and stuff. Because every time I've been around anybody who's been married, they fucking treat their significant other like they're a fucking worst enemy and stuff like that. Like they're forced to be with them and stuff like that. And if you're forced to be with them, that makes my vivarium theory a lot more concrete, and it's funny as fuck. It's funny as fuck. People go around getting together with people that they don't really fucking like. For what? Why are you getting married to somebody just to fucking argue with them? Why are you having children just to fucking abandon them and then bitching about having to pay child support? I hate that shit, man. Uh, one of one, by the way, there's many, but one of the signs of a weak man is a man who complains about having to support the children they made. This constant talk about people being anti-abortion and stuff like that is usually from men. But if you tell those same men, okay, abortion's bad, pay for those kids and support the woman you got pregnant. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. Bro, shut the fuck up. Wear a condom. Pull out. The fuck? The fuck you mean? It wasn't hard when you were having sex with her and then you put a child into her. You were capable of doing that, but you're not capable of supporting them. You don't think about those kinds of things when you're having sex and stuff like that. I am so grateful every time I've had sex. I never had a thought of having a child with these women. I think that's the key factor from that prevented me from getting any of them pregnant. Is me not thinking about children anytime I've had sex with them. Because I believe thought is what allows things to happen. And I just ran the experiment. Actually, I ran the experiment Friday. That if I could think something into existence, it will happen. And then I've done it before and stuff like that. I need to start actually looking at it. And that my existence is proof that the things you think about while you're doing certain actions will produce what you're looking for, what you need in life, and stuff like that. And again, I have something, someone, somehow watching over me that's going to provide what I need when I put in the effort to manifest it. That's how all life works, because everything comes from something. Everything comes from something. You can't get something from nothing. You can't get something from nothing. And if you try to get something from nothing, you're a fool. You're a fool and you're going to end up in jail like this chick. You're going to end up in jail like this chick if you try to get something from nothing. Okay, you want fame? You have to constantly put yourself on fucking camera in front of people and have them say a bunch of stupid shit and you don't do anything about it. There's so many questions I have about why. Why? Why, as a human, do we do the things we do? There's a reason for everything. Everything has a reason. Because everything comes from something. Like right now, I just felt a tingle right here on my right wrist, right here. Now, I could chalk that up to like maybe there's like a small microscopic mite on my arm or something like that that I can sense and feel and stuff like that, and that causes a little itch or something like that. Or like my cells, or maybe the hair on my arm is moving because of the ceiling fan, a little breeze, and it caused an itch or something like that. See, it came from something. It came from something, and I'm using my intelligence to try to rationalize where it came from. The only thing that is unknowable, that is beyond my reasoning, is God. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with God being beyond my reasoning because I haven't been hurt by anything. I haven't been hurt about anything. I've never been raped. I've never been shot. I've never been fucking. I've never been fucking like stolen from or anything like that. Nothing seriously bad has ever happened to me and stuff like that in my adult life. And in my childhood life, I never was molested. I was hit and shit like that, but I healed miraculously fast from that stuff anyway. Extremely fast. I heal extremely fast and stuff like that. Yes, I have scars and stuff like that, but that's mainly for the aesthetic. That's for the aesthetic and that's for the style to make my body into what it needs to be as I get older to be the appropriate shape for an appropriate time I have to be that shape. And I could get glimpses and maybe mental visual from what that shape might need to be, but at the same time, I take. At the same time, I know that it is going to be good for me. It's going to be good for me, and it needs to happen. Like right now, if you take a close up, look, you see the scar right here by my left eye and shit like that. Somebody tried to scratch my fucking face, claw my fucking face, and I mean you can barely see it because I already have like cheek lines right here and stuff like that for my eyes, so it kind of blends in, but it's there because it looks fucking cool. It looks cool. You can't even see it. That's fucking bad now. I wish it was more defined, so I could have like a scar, like a fucking tiger fucking claw, like right there or some shit like that. But at the same time, like I have gone through things so I could be the appropriate shape for what I need to be through life. But one shape that I know that I don't need to be is fucking fat, and I'll never be fat, so I don't have to worry about that. I guess. I'll. I, now that I think about it, I have a really amazing metabolism because I've never been fat ever. I've never been fat ever in my entire life. I've never been fat, and it's amazing. And I don't go to the gym, and I rarely ever work out because I don't see a need to be all big and muscular and shit like that. I don't need to fucking try to be that way. I think the people who try to be big and muscular and fucking large and shit like that are fucking actually mentally small and need to try to appear that way so they can intimidate people to make people scared of them and shit like that. But I tell you what, you don't scare me. Because I don't judge a book by its cover. I judge it by the internal substance of it. And I am lucky enough to be born nearsighted, so I'm always looking within. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I want to go back to shitting on socialism. This guy. This is the example I always. This is the example I always go to when I talk about how politicians and celebrities aren't shit. We're gonna take a minute to fucking look at him and debunk his stupid fucking persona.
Like, this is literally how I started learning about politics. Like, political cartoons, political satire is a huge, huge part of my political development. If I were to reach the Ben Garrison level, that that would be peak. If Ben Garrison gave me a mention, I probably would die.
Okay, so he's talking about how political cartoons help shape who he is and stuff like that, political satire and stuff like that. He's saying how that shaped who he is. Uh, I used to read the paper all the time when I was in school and stuff like that. I always read the paper. I always read the paper when I was in school and stuff like that. And I would see political cartoons and stuff like that. I mainly would just read Garfield because Garfield's funny as fuck. Garfield, Wizard of Id, and shit like that. All that stuff's funny. Uh, but the political cartoons, I don't know. Like they're always just one page and they're just mocking the reality, the existence. My bad. I need to be more precise with my words. They're just mocking the existence that of political theater. That shit's not funny. There's nothing funny about politics whatsoever. There is nothing funny about politics ever, and politics does not need to be humorous. When you're making decisions about the lives of day to day people, you need to be serious all the time.
What's wrong with her? Why does she look like that? Loud and clear, beautiful. Oh my god, it's guys that write stuff like that. This is the car guy. Ah,
Political commentator, but he's stroking his own ego, looking at fucking people mock him on TikTok. Okay, fuck that. I cause it had a sneak peek of him talking about the watching the news. There we go. All right, there we go.
because that is precisely what's going on here. Okay? I said this last night as well. I said Democrats, the broader anti-Trump coalition, and even mainstream media have to stop allowing this website and the GOP to play the role of news desk editor. They get to set the headlines knowing full well we always fall for the bait. This is how they win despite their corruption and violence.
Okay, so he's complaining about how the GOP and the current administration is controlling the media and controlling the headlines to bait people and stuff like that. But he earlier was getting baited to look at fucking TikToks of people just flipping the bird. And it was an attractive female too. Attractive female. She is. And then he was going through the comments. First, he made a comment about her looks, which I think is fucking ironic, claiming to be progressive, by the way. And then he started mocking the guys who were cheering her on and shit like that. So how the fuck is he stopping people from getting baited when he gets baited himself? Go talk about the news, dude.
That is how they win. They should not be winning anything right now. It's a +7. Tiger's making a big demand of Democrats. Defend me. The far left streamer insists he's part of the coalition, whether you like it or not, as a criticism of his rhetoric becomes an issue in the key midterm races. Democrats, listen to me. I know we don't always see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, but you have to literally at some point, I don't know, I know you don't want to do this, defend me. That requires you to basically take Dale a little bit and maybe be a bit more honest about how I'm not this dangerous, toxic, radical force. But some Democrats want him disavowed instead. A former Biden White House staffer says the party shouldn't waste political capital defending Piker, while Wisconsin Democratic gubernatorial nominee David Crowley says he won't campaign with him. Piker argues Republicans are using the controversy to distract from the cost of living crisis. They even say it. That's the point. They are doing it. And they're so...
Okay, so he's saying that the only reason he himself is in the media and stuff like that is because they're trying to distract from the housing crisis and stuff like that. Okay, what is his solution to the housing crisis? Okay, there's a housing crisis. I know for a fucking fact he is not going to talk about what needs to be done to fix a supposed housing crisis. I watched an interview last stream with Jeffrey Epstein talking to Steve Bannon, and they were discussing housing and stuff like that because Epstein blamed the '08 market crash on Bill Clinton because Bill Clinton made it easier for the lower class and middle lower class to buy houses and stuff like that. And he said those people had bad credit, and that's what caused the crash and stuff like that. People with bad credit buying things and unable to pay back what they were loaned and stuff like that. I tell you right now a fast way to fix the housing crisis. You can fix the housing crisis by not taxing people for owning property, but that will never happen. I just want to get to when he's talking.
Old lot of languages.
I just want to get to.
You have to loves talking.
Okay, I just want to get to this part. I want to get to the part where he's talking about politics.
Bring a guest up and bully them and be like, "What do you have to say about Hassan Piker?"
Oh my gosh, he's just talking about himself this stream. What the fuck, bro? Candace debate. And this guy is touted as a political thinker, by the way. This guy's touted as a political thinker, by the way. But I never, ever, 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 in like the fucking 5 to 8 years of knowing that he existed, ever, ever heard him discuss any solutions to any of the political problems that he points out. I just gave a solution. Don't tax people for owning houses. If people want to own houses and they pay the upfront cost to own that land, and they pay people to build a house and they buy the materials for that house, why do they have to keep paying to keep it? The concept of a fucking mortgage is stupid. Unless you need to borrow money for other things. If I buy land and I build a house on that land, that's mine. No one should be charging me just for existing on something that I already paid for.
It's very strange behavior, but he does it every single time. But Bill de Blasio had an incredible retort, an incredible reaction to it. Let's take a look.
Okay. Now, do you like Hassan Piker? Do you support him?
I have mixed views, but I think the way you were describing him, you could have been talking about Donald Trump, honestly.
Okay.
Cozy's up.
I don't have the context of this clip, so I don't know how he described Hassan and how he could be compared to President Trump. I don't think that's fucking. I don't get that. I mean, I can see the similarities between him and Donald Trump. To be honest with you, in fact, let me do that. That's funny. The comparisons between Hassan Piker and Donald Trump is that they're both nepo babies from wealthy fucking families. They're both the offspring of immigrants. And they're both phony political actors. There you go. That's three things that they have in common right there. Three major things that they have in common. This guy's never had a political opinion in his entire fucking life. He just is conventionally attractive to all these fucking drones in this chat room. And they're not really listening to what he's saying. They're just looking at him and enjoying the eye candy and shit like that. And they want to agree with him on the off chance that they get to physically fucking meet him, and then he'll like do what they want and stuff like that with them and stuff. You know, that shit's never gonna happen because this guy's not a real person.
Attack ads because old people watch television, right? And if they see those bad clips, they're gonna be like, "Oh, fuck this guy. This guy is a white guy who doesn't understand it. White guy who's like talking about black people, and talking at black people, never to black people, doesn't understand the struggle, all the stuff, right?
Black people.
How do you do that though? Like I feel like if it's not in you, it's just not something you're able to do. Like
Well,
because I feel like you can just speak to issues that everybody can relate to.
but I think that's different for politicians and streamers. Like I think it's really like I think it's night and day with politicians and streamers. I think politicians can turn on a switch, but I think streamers are mismatched with the older establishment. Like, could you imagine? Okay, Charlemagne, could you imagine Hassan Piker having a conversation with a ballot caster, older black lady in South Carolina?
I have done it. I've done this.
This guy right here is saying a politician and a streamer are different in how they can influence voters, right? And he said that a guy like Hassan right here, this white Turkish guy who's wealthy, by the way, lives in a mansion. Uh, this guy right here doubts that this guy right here could resonate with an older black woman from South Carolina. And this person is 100% right that this person right here could not resonate with a black woman from South Carolina. Only way he would get a woman's attention is solely because of his fucking looks. It's the only way. Only way she'll listen to him is because she thinks she is attracted to him sexually. But if she's not attracted to him sexually, whatever he's talking about is going to be fan service. And that's what the fuck he's going to do. Only thing he's going to do is just regurgitate moderate democratic fucking beliefs to her that she's heard from black women online, from black men online, from white saviors online. And then maybe she'll listen because he's just repeating shit she's already heard and agreed with before she met him. And he just lied and said that he's done that before. Bro, where's the proof? I've never seen him talk to any black fucking person in a meaningful fucking debate way. If you don't debate politics, you don't deserve to be a political celebrity. If you cannot debate politics with anybody, you do not need to be a political celebrity. Point blank, period. This person here is a fucking psyop. Hassan Piker is a psyop. He is a psyop designed solely to piss in the pool of conscious thinking. He's just there to keep people dumb. Like a lot of things presented to me and others. A lot of things presented to people isn't there to educate them. It's there to dumb them down.
Literally done this. Not in South Carolina, but like, and it's in Harlem. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. It's it's very different in the real.
He proved this guy's point because Hassan just proved this other guy's point by what he just said. He just straight up admitted that he's never talked to a black person in South Carolina, but he's talked to a black person in Harlem. Black people aren't a fucking monolith. A black person from the South and a black person from the North in the United States are two totally different people, and they have totally different perspectives and beliefs in life. A southern black person is a lot more conservative than a fucking northern black person. A black person in the north, in New York, in Harlem of all places, is not going to have the same beliefs and resonate and listen on the same level or not, and when I mean level, I don't mean like higher or lower. I just mean just spaced apart vertically. There's going to be in two totally different spaces and minds based off of their lived experiences and stuff like that. They might have some similarities being black, and so they might face similar uh, media cultures and stuff like that. But you don't know if they have experienced the same type of discriminations and stuff like that. Because yes, there's racism in the North, but from what has been shown to me and stuff like that, the North is usually a lot more liberal, a lot more diverse than Southern states. So the type of discrimination, the types of racism they experience is totally different. So they're not going to understand it. This guy's such a fucking LARPer, bro. I hate LARPers. I hate fake people so fucking much, man. Like, did Hassan ever debate Destiny on anything? Destiny, Stephen Bono's a racist too. That's somebody I haven't watched in a long time. I used to watch Omni Destiny, the Stephen Bono. I used to watch him debate alt right people for fun because it was entertaining. Because I just wanted to hear them like argue with each other and stuff like that. There was never any substance on either side. They were just more like buddies, just yapping in a Discord with each other. If anything, there was never really any substance or anybody ever walking away with a change of ideals and anything like that. It was just people yelling at each other. But Hassan was hanging out with Destiny at some point, and they were dating and shit like that. He never debated Destiny on any serious political views in a serious way. I think they had a discussion one time, and then after that, Hassan said, "I don't debate anymore ever again." That's one person you need to avoid if anybody's watching this and you fucking indulge in political fucking commentary. Do not watch Stephen Bommel. Stephen Bommel is one of the biggest traps in the fucking universe, bro. He is one of the biggest traps in the fucking universe. That guy has no, no good morality. I say Stephen Bono is a bad political actor because his son reflects his true beliefs. His son, Nathan Bono, who he was in the life of, by the way, is a Nazi. He hangs out with Nick Fuentes and stuff like that. He loves Nick Fuentes, watches him and stuff like that. Calls himself a graper, posts racist memes and stuff like that. So how can anyone believe that Destiny is a liberal, on the left, progressive, if his son's right leaning? How could anyone want to listen and value anything of a man and what a man says when his own child is not in his fucking life? If your child is not in your life, and if your child does not like you, and your child, well, maybe his child does like him. I'm not going to say his child doesn't like him. If your child isn't in your life and you're not around your child, raising them and stuff like that, why should anyone seriously consider anything you have to say on politics and stuff like that? You can't even get your own home in order.
What would that look like?
I'm gonna tell you why I think.
Like, what are you?
What point are we trying to make here? So, like, my thing is, right, and I don't want to, like, Matt gonna crash, but I'm trying to handle with, like, some kitty gloves because
South Carolina is very different than Harlem. Oh my God. Okay, guys. Okay, I can do it in South Carolina too. I know.
Okay, someone smart in his chat said that someone in South Carolina is different than Harlem, and now instead of him saying, "Oh, you're right," he's like, "Oh, I still could do it." No, you couldn't. No, you can't. And I doubt he even succeeded talking to that one black person in Harlem.
Bro, you wear Versace and shit like that, Hassan. You wear like designer clothes and suits and shit like that, bro. You go into your average day to day person in South Carolina with a holy shirt with holes in their shirt and fucking pajamas on, walking or driving to the store. You're not gonna fucking be able to convince them that you have the right ideas. They're gonna look at you like, oh, you're just another rich asshole. If they're smart, at least.
I know it's different. I'm not saying I the only that's not the point, guys. The point is I talk to older voters, older
Not all old people are the fucking same in every fucking state, man. Now he's just pivoting from the race to the age. But he's not getting the bigger picture. It's a matter of location, it's a matter of environment. These are the people. These are the people that drones donate their fucking money to. Only time I've ever given a celebrity money has been a female. I've donated to a fucking female and stuff like that, and it's solely because of my sexual attraction to them. Not because I valued anything they had to say on politics or anything like that. I never donated money to Destiny. I'd be damned if I ever donate money to this fucking loser.
black voters. I talk to older voters all around the country. It is a very different experience if you talk to people in the real world as opposed to like the interactions that people clip online. Oh my god.
This guy is an idiot, and he's a fucking bimbo, if anything. He just said that it's different. It's different because he's talked to people in real life. First of all, he's not real. Second of all, he still doesn't get it. Yeah, you may have talked to a real person in Harlem, but you haven't talked to a real person in South Carolina. You haven't talked to a person in South Carolina. So you don't know how that interaction's gonna go. I haven't sat and talked with Hassan Piker, but I do know he's a fucking idiot. And I base the reason that he's a fucking idiot off of how weak his thinking capability is. I know that I'm smarter than him because I'm capable of understanding the limits of my physical reality.
That's all I'm saying. We gotta wisen up.
College. And thanks to the weakened social safety net, further weakened by George Bush, millions of people were pushed into poverty. And by the time Barack Obama came along, things were starting to get a little awkward. Even though anger at Wall Street was spiking, it was still an important source of funding for the Democratic Party. Now, Obama at least gestured towards fighting on behalf of the working class.
But let's be clear who Senator McCain's fighting for. He's not fighting for Joe the plumber. He's fighting for Joe the hedge fund manager.
I love whenever I'm this is not me being sarcastic, I really do. I love whenever the presidential campaign trail happens. And you see the two people that people are going to put forth to say, hey,
which one, you know, and they talk and they fucking like lie and they say, hey, this person actually believes this. I believe in this. Only for them to get the position and not do any of the shit that they said that they were going to do. I think the only cool thing Obama really did was give access to cell phones to people and stuff like that. Let everybody get phones and stuff like that. And I think that's cool because I don't think I ever had a phone from or anything like that. But I think it's cool because phones are a useful tool because they allow people to communicate with each other and stuff like that. That's a useful thing. That was a useful thing. I think that was cool. That happened during his administration. I think that was pretty cool. But a lot of other dumb shit happened during his administration too. Like Coney, us caring about fucking the infrastructure of other. I'm using that sarcastically. Caring about other countries, but really just going over to fucking dismantle their fucking governments and fucking set up governments in our favor and shit like that. He did that, by the way. With Gaddafi, we were coming up with like pseudo moral reasons to go fuck with Gaddafi and stuff like that by saying he was doing chemical warfare on his own people and torturing them and shit like that. Bro, why do you care about that? Why do you care about what some other fucking guy is doing in another country when we have problems in our country right now? I don't, and for any idiot out there who's like, you can do multiple things. You can do multiple things. It's do multiple things. No, you can't do that. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do multiple things, but do multiple good things. Don't do one good thing and 15 fucked up things. That doesn't balance it the fuck out. That doesn't balance it out at all. That ruins your fucking standing. That makes you look like a piece of shit. Obama is a shitty president. He was a shitty president, my bad. He was a shitty president. He is a shitty person. He has multiple houses from fucking what, bro? He never started a company. All he was a fucking politician, and he owns 3 houses in the most expensive areas in the fucking country. And no one thinks that's fucking stupid. Anyone who doesn't think that's fucking stupid, that somebody can afford 3 fucking houses from just being a politician, you need to not be around me. If you think Obama or any politician deserves 3 fucking mansions, you need to stay far away from me. And we need to keep our relationship, if there ever is going to be one, to a distance.
Crazy. That's why I always separate Obama the campaigner versus Obama the president are just like 2 different Obamas. Okay.
No, they're not. He said Obama the campaigner and Obama the president are 2 different people. No, they're fucking not. They're the same person. Because I'm pretty sure if I go back and I listen to old campaign speeches by Obama and then I look at his presidency, they line up perfectly. Alright, this is 18 years ago. Alright. Let me turn this up so other people can hear too. I want to make sure other people hear this. So I can when I watch this, when I go back and watch this, I can hear what the fuck he's saying.
Began an journey to change America. I did not run for the presidency to fulfill some long-held ambition. I know people have been checking on my kindergarten records. That's not why I ran. I did not run because I believe it was somehow owed to me. I chose to run in this election, at this moment, because of what Dr. King called the fierce urgency of now. The fierce urgency of now, because we are at a defining moment in our history. Our nation is at war. Our planet is in peril. Our healthcare system is broken. Our economy is out of balance. Our education system fails too many of our children, and our retirement system is in tatters. At this defining moment, we cannot wait any longer for universal health care. We cannot wait to fix our schools. We cannot wait for good jobs and living wages and pensions we can count on. We cannot wait to halt global warming. We cannot wait to end this war in Iraq. I chose to run because I believe that the size of these challenges had outgrown the capacity of our broken and divided politics to solve them. Because I believed that Americans of every political stripe were hungry for a new kind of politics. A politics that focused not just on how to win, but why we should. A politics that focused on those values and ideals that we held in common as Americans. A politics that favored common sense over ideology. Straight talk over spin. Most of all, I believed in the power of the American people to be the real agents of change in this country, because we are not as divided as our politics suggests. Because we're a decent, generous people, willing to work hard and sacrifice for future generations. And I was absolutely certain that if we could just mobilize our voices to challenge the special interests that dominate Washington and challenge ourselves to reach for something better, there was no problem we couldn't solve. There's no destiny we couldn't fulfill. 10 months later, Iowa, you have vindicated that faith. You've come out in the blistering heat, and you've come out in the bitter cold. Not just to cheer, but to challenge, to ask the tough questions, to lift the hood and kick the tires, to serve as one place in America where someone who hasn't spent their life in Washington can get a fair hearing. You've earned the role you play in our democracy because no one takes it more seriously. And I believe that's true this year more than ever because, like me, you feel that same sense of urgency. All across this state, you've shared with me your stories. And all too often, they've been stories of hardship and of struggle. I've heard from seniors who were betrayed by CEOs who dumped their pensions while pocketing bonuses. And from those who still can't afford their prescriptions because Congress refused to negotiate with the drug companies for the cheapest available price. I've met with Maytag workers who labored all their lives only to see their jobs shipped overseas, who now fear that they might have to compete with their teenagers for $7 an hour jobs at the local Walmart. I've spoken with teachers who are working at donut shops after school just to make ends meet, who are still digging into their own pockets to pay for school supplies. Just 2 weeks ago, I heard a young woman in Cedar Rapids who told me she only gets 3 hours sleep a night. She goes to bed at 10 and wakes up at 1 because she works the night shift after a full day of college and still can't afford all the health care that she needs for a sister who has cerebral palsy. And she spoke not with self-pity, but with determination. She was determined to make her life better, but she wondered why the government wasn't doing more to help her afford the education that will allow her to live out her dreams. I've spoken to veterans who talk with pride about what they've accomplished in Afghanistan and Iraq, but who nevertheless think of those they've left behind and question the wisdom of our mission in Iraq. The mothers weeping in my arms over the memories of their sons. The disabled or homeless vets who wonder why their service has been forgotten. And I've spoken to Americans in every corner of this state, patriots all, who wonder why we have allowed our standing in the world to decline so badly, so quickly. They know this has not made us safer. They know that we must never negotiate out of fear, but that we must never fear to negotiate with our enemies as well as our friends. They're ashamed.
Man. Okay, so we're like 5 minutes in, and he's brought up all of these stories and stuff like that, but he's not explaining what he intends to do or what can be done to fix it. Obamacare happened. Now we got Medicaid and Medicare and stuff like that, and I reap the benefits of Medicaid and stuff like that. Those things are useful. Good job to the multiple people besides Obama who helped bring that about. That's good. Him talking about the mission in Iraq. Did that stuff end? That stuff didn't end during his presidency. Because he was president when I was in high school. And I voted for him in my senior... Yeah, I voted for him in my senior year. When I first... As soon as I turned 18 and the election was happening. Luckily for me. And I voted. And I voted for Obama because I was a dumb kid. There were still wars going on. They were still taking recruits and stuff like that. We had Syria happen. I was hearing about Somali pirates needing to be stopped and stuff like that. So we were sending people over into Somalia and stuff like that to stop it. Coney 2012. I know that they were still hunting Coney for whatever fucking reason in Africa. I know that we were still hunting Osama bin Laden and stuff like that. He died under Obama's presidency and stuff like that. Every political speech is just them naming problems, saying what we need, but not telling the people how they intend to bring about that change. They just expect people just to trust them, that once they go in, that things will be different, and they never are. He's no different. Every president since George Washington has been specifically chosen and specifically picked in order to be in the spot that they are put in. There has not ever been anybody in any seat in politics who hasn't been placed there by someone else with the intent. It's all planned. It's all planned. It's all planned. It's all set out and already decided. It was already... That's why it was funny when January 6th happened and Trump got all those people in there. Because I think he knew that he wasn't going to be president for life at that point yet. And he didn't like it. So he showed him like, hey man, I really do have these idiots all under my control. Watch how I can get them to go do something that's never been done before and come all to the Capitol and fucking fight to keep me around. And they did. They attacked cops and shit like that. The same people who have blue lines in their American flag to prove that they support slave handlers, police, to be around. We're fighting police on the Capitol just because he said so.
Just because Trump told him to do it. And he has not stopped. He has not stopped talking about having another term and just staying in the presidency. And no one thinks that's weird. Some of these idiots in here think that shit's funny and they want it. Thinking that they'll get some magical reward, that they won't be a part of the fucking slave class anymore if this guy just gets another term. We live in a reality where people are fucking stupid. That's the reality. I'm not saying existence, I'm saying reality. The reality is that a lot of people are fucking dumb. I'll be back later.